different, but we're on pole by 0.3 of a second.
What?
Crash in the back, that is... Okay, how's it going, viewers? Welcome back to another video, and today I've got another iRacing official. We've got 17 laps of the Indianapolis road course in the Dallara IR, or the IL-15, the Indy Lights car. If you remember, I think we did a race in these at Suzuka a few weeks ago. So same thing, similar distance. Only difference is I'm starting from pole for the first time in about a very long time. I don't often qualify pole in any sort of official and or race, so this is going to be a bit different, but we're on pole by 0.3 of a second. I'll post the lap later because I was very proud of it. It was very nice. It was a very nice lap. But we're going to see how we do. We are car 4 of, I think we've got, it's about 19 cars in this race. So I guess a podium is probably the goal if we want to gain anything from it. But we're going to see how we do. No tyre changes. We've got a few push to passes to use. Got plenty of fuel so we don't have to make a stop or anything. And no fast repairs either. So that's going to make it interesting. But we are... yeah, we're going to see how we do. Should be a good race. I'm really enjoying this car at the moment. I feel so dialed into it. It's such a fun car to drive. But we're going to see... we're going to see how we go. I feel like this could be a fairly chaotic race. As oh, that safety car's going a little slow there. Just going to get these tyres warm enough. The tyres on the Indy Lights do warm up fairly easily. But you want to make them as warm as possible and also get on the brakes. Also, it does look like there aren't many cars in my mirror. I've just got the draw distance set to like the lowest just to save a little bit of FPS. It looks like there's only 4 cars. There's plenty more. That's just the amount I've got drawn. You know, safety car. Track is quite dusty as well, I've noticed. Which they've changed a lot for this season. You know, the tracks are a lot dustier. Pull up alongside the safety car. And we got to also try and get the brakes warm too. Is going to be very important for this race. As down the back straight we go. 17 laps. We're doing around 1 minute 14s in terms of lap time. Like sorry, it's more like 1 minute. It's like 1 minute 16s. So it's probably going to be about a 20-25 minute race, sort of the same as the Dallara F3s. Those are 25-minute timed ones. This is sort of about the same distance. But the safety car is going to pull an end of this lap. I will have control of the restart when it goes. So I'm just going to go as late as is humanly possible. Obviously, we can't go until the safety car goes into the pit lane, or else we'll get a penalty. So we wait for the safety car to go into the pits. And then it is up to our discretion. But I am going to try and go as late as I possibly can, because it's a long straight down into turn 1. We don't want to we don't want to get absolutely mugged by Brian in that purple and yellow car behind us, because if we go early, he'll just get a slipstream, fly past, and that'll be curtains for the race lead. So we want to go as late as we can. We're just gonna weave a little bit, get these tyres slightly warm. Accelerate a bit, brake, accelerate a bit, brake, to get those brakes warm. There goes the pace car. Now it is up to our discretion as the race leader. We're going to start it in second gear because I feel like I'm going to get too much wheel spin. Safe. And we can now go whenever we like. And I'm going to go now. And that caught them by surprise. And look at the gap we've got already. That was absolutely perfect. I don't think they expected me to go when I did. But then into turn 1, we have the race lead. On the brakes, nice and cautiously. We don't need to do anything silly. Down into second gear, straight away. And then third, we've got a car spinning off in the background. That is not ideal for them. And round we go through sector 1. Just remember, we have cold tyres. But it's a good start to the race. As through the chicane. Very nicely done there. They are battling behind, but we have a 1 second gap already as we head down the back straight towards the left-hander. On the brakes about now. We just do not need to go crazy at the moment. We can just take our time and navigate these first few laps. Through we go, through the right-hander. leaving it in third gear, and then powering away up towards the final sector. We don't have to do the banking on this layout, although that would be pretty cool. But it's a braking zone down into the right-hander, getting near that curb, but you don't want to use it because it is way too tall for an Indy Lights car. Getting on that curb, which is a lot flatter, and oh, I've made a small mistake. Slightly missed that a bit. Oh my god, okay, that's cold tyres for you, Jesus Christ, and that's going to allow the car behind to come up the inside. That's the last thing I needed. Here comes P2, as he's going to tuck in front of me. And I've got to brake early because I've got the car on my inside. We are going to hold him around the outside. But now we've got to catch back up with the leader. That was a big mistake from me there. But yeah, just got on that grass on the exit. And then it was just curtains from there. Through the chicane we go. Slipstream range is about 8 to 9 tenths of a second roughly. So we're well within it now. But we've just got to stay with him. Into the right-hander. That guy broke very late behind me. And I just got... Yeah, the track is a lot less grippy than it was in qualifying. Out we go. Brian is starting to pull away slightly. And we've got to try and get back with him. Down into the right-hander. There you go. Second gear. On the way through. Nicely done. And out we go down the main straight. Question is Jeff behind going to use a push to pass to get close? I don't think he has. No, he has not. There was no push to pass activated there. Down into turn 1. Second gear on the way through. And we seem to be quite confident compared to Brian on the brakes, at least, which is a positive. If we can get close and set up a move, then being more confident on the brakes should help facilitate that quite nicely. 5 tenths of a second is the gap. We're on lap 3 of 17. Still got a fair way to go in this race. That's the corner I'm not very confident with, is that left-hander braking zone, because I always brake too early there. Rising over the curb. And then, wow, he was really on that curb there. Blimey, Charlie, I'm surprised that's not a slowdown, but it is pretty lenient around Indianapolis, I do have to say, when it comes to track limits. Nicely through there. And around we go. Whoa, he's getting squirrely. And we are going to try a push to pass. We're going to use one now. We're going to see how much of a benefit it gives us. Remember, we were 7 tenths at the beginning of the straight. That is now 6, 5, and 4. Okay, so it is worth about 3 tenths of a second is the push to pass on the main straight. So if we're within 3 tenths, we will use one to try and get past. Down into the right-hander there. Now into the chicane. He goes out a little bit wider than we do on the exit there. We are well within the slipstream now. But we are starting to pull out a gap over 4th place. It's just like the F4 video we just did yesterday. He makes a mistake there, goes on the grass. It's going to allow us to get closer. And yeah, he was... As soon as he hit the grass there, it unsettled him or messed up his line for that whole section. We are 4 tenths behind now. Going into the final sector. Hard on the brakes. 3rd gear. And then we're going to go to 2nd. He's defending, although he doesn't really need to at this moment. But down the main straight, it set us up nicely for a move. We're going to use a push to pass to get past. Down the straight. He goes defensive. We're going to stay to the outside. We're going to have that run with the push to pass down to the first corner. He brakes late. And I'm going to have to hold him around the outside. And we are going to pick up that move. We take back the lead on lap 5. But that's exactly what I needed to do after that mistake on lap 1. So it took us a few laps to get back through. But we are back through. But now we've got to stay here. He's going to get a nice run. We're going to stay to the inside. But yeah, he is definitely on the push to pass button. He's on the button! Down into the left-hander. and he's going to outbrake us, and through he goes. So we used a push to pass for nothing there. Hopefully he now starts to deplete them while defending. If we can pressure him into doing that, would be fairly nice. But so the lead changes hands again, and we are not going to maintain the lead for now. As, oh, lock up on the way into the right-hander for me. That's not going to be ideal. Turning it in early. And then around we go. 5/10 is the gap this time round. We're not going to be close enough to make a move. We are going to get a little bit of slipstream. We're going to gain a 10th or 2, but it's not going to be anything substantial. Down into turn 1. As, oh my god, I got a car on my inside. I had to bail out of the corner there. That was dangerous from Jeff into turn 1. But we're going to stay in front because he got all out of shape on that inside. He's going to make a mistake there behind as well, and he's going to lose even more time to us. So that wasn't very clever from the car behind. It cost us about 0.2 of a second. No, all good, dude, all good. So he apologised. That's very kind of him. But yeah, cost him, if anything, it cost him more time than it cost me time. I only lost a 10th or 2. He lost about 0.8. And there's just a mistake there from Brian. Same mistake he made earlier, getting out of shape on that inside curb and then hitting the grass. Kind of what we did on lap 1, but he's now done that twice. So it's obviously, while he might be brave into there, it is obviously a problem corner for him. Into the left-hander. Nicely done. That was very nice. And on the way out, you can't quite get on full power because the car just wants to spin around on you. But on to lap 7. Got 11 laps to go in this race, but we are tracking nicely through. Down into turn 1 again. Into second gear. Clip that apex. That was nicely done. And then through the left-hander. Away we go. And then, getting close now. You can tell. We're going to use some of that slipstream, but what we want to do is we want to use the end goal with the Indy Lights is you want to get past without using a push to pass, because you want to save those for the end of the race. Down into the left-hander. He's not going to make any mistakes this time round, but yeah, if we can get past Brian without using a push to pass, then it would set us up nicely. Obviously I used that first time, but I thought if I used it I could really ensure a gap. Didn't happen though, because he used one back on me down the back straight. But we want to try and get close enough and past without using the button. As I locked up into that left-hander. Through we go. And then around we go. Gap once again is going to be 0.5 of a second, which we know is not close enough with this slipstream. We need to be 0.3 behind if we want to get past without. It's down towards turn 1 again. Not too bad. And oh, Jeff behind, nearly taking us out there. I'm going to really have to watch out for that. We are pulling a nice gap over 4th even more. That's now up to 3.5 seconds to 4th place. Oh, to 5th place, sorry. 4th is just there. You can see in the mirror as over the chicane. We go down the back straight once again. There's a lapped car well up the road, so we don't have to worry about him too much. Third gear on the way in. Nicely done. And Brian seems to... He doesn't quite have this section down. He goes very wide in some of these corners. He's not using the curb how the rest of us are. You can really ride over those because they're flat. He isn't doing that. So it gained us a little bit of time. He has been a bit quicker in this final sector though on this lap. And the gap is not going to be 0.5 of a second. It's actually going to be 0.8 of a second this time around. Jeff might just come through here if he uses a push to pass. But towards turn 1 we go. 17.7 for that lap. And now we're going to try and get on the anchors late here to try and catch back up. That was quite good actually. I'm happy with that. Going to gain a few tenths. And then third gear on the way through. through the chicane. Nicely done. Nicely done. There's a car going wide off in the background. It was Kevin. Down towards left-hander, into the straight. Because although these cars don't have ABS, like a lot of Formula cars, you can jam on the brakes quite hard and not lock up. There is a finesse to it, and if you don't do it right, it is easy to lock up. But, you know, considering there's not really any driver aids, it is actually surprisingly easy to get the hang of. Second gear on the way into the final sector. And then second for the left-hander, and oh, he's gone wide. He's gone very wide there. That's going to bring us 4/10 away. And you know what? We're going to bite the bullet. We're going to use one on lap 9. We're going to use a push to pass down the straight. I think he might have used one as well to stay in front. And he's going to defend all the way to the inside. I wanted to try and force the issue on the inside, but that's not going to happen. We're still there on the outside. It's a good battle at the moment. I'm going to stay with him. And he's just going to nudge ahead. And, oh, wow, that was close. I just got a net code 0 as I touched him. But, oh, blimey, Charlie, that was very close through turn 1. How about that for a battle? Down the back straight, we're not going to get close. I'm not going to use a push to pass because it'll be on cooldown. And we are not going to get through. He's done very well to defend there. But that was about as close as you can really get. Without having an accident, but oh my god, this is such a good race so far. Out of the middle sector, towards the final sector we go again. Can we get that into that 4/10 range down the main straight? Second gear, a small puff of smoke from that right front. Is he going to make another error? He is not, but we are still close to him after that battle. And down we go, down the straight. 4/10 of a second is the gap. He's going to start weaving a bit. We are going to get close with the slipstream, but we're not going to get all the way there. We're on lap 11 of 17, so not long to go in this race now. And I've broken early. There's no need to brake super late. There, we were too far behind to think about a manoeuvre into turn 1. Third gear on the way through. And over the curb. Down the back straight again. 4/10 of a second is the gap, and this is where the slipstream becomes really, really effective, as you can see. Second gear on the way in, and then through. Left-hander. Just a dab of the brakes on the way in before we get up to the banking, just to make sure you get that turn in over the curb. And round we go. He swings out a little wider towards the wall. We don't really do that. I like to keep it tight through there. And then on that apex, we are so close to him. This is absolutely crucial in this stage of the race. We've just got to keep staying close. He's going to start weaving again, but you can tell with all the weaving and the defending, he is under pressure from us. He is feeling that nerve. So hopefully we can possibly force him into a mistake. We'll have to see. Lap 12 now, 5 laps to go in this race, so we're into the twilight area of the race. And he got on the grass there. That's going to cost him dear. Into the chicane. He's all out of shape, all out of whack as we head down the back straight. Can I get close to him? Not quite. It's going to be a 1/10 gap there, but I'm too far back to make a lunge on Brian through the right-hander, and then a dab of the brakes again for the left for the right-hander there, and away we go. 4/10 of a second is the gap, and we've still got Jeff and Kevin bringing up the rear behind us. They are not out of contention for this win yet, so we're going to have to keep an eye on them, but our main focus is Brian in front of us as away we go. Down the main straight again. On the curb, I got a little bit loose, but we are much closer this time around than we were on the previous 3 laps. As down the main straight, he's going to go to the inside. I don't even need to use a push to pass here because I could just get the slipstream. And down into turn 1. Leaving the space. around the outside, crossing that white line. We are allowed to do that. There was a little bit of car contact, another netcode 0. But around the outside, he's going to get that inside line. And we're just not going to get him. He's going to hold us off again. Down the straight. And we're going to use one. Here we go. We've used another push to pass. We're going to go to the outside. And he brakes late again. Oh my god, just cannot find a way past at the moment. I'm trying absolutely everything to get past, but nothing doing at the moment. Oh, he's made a mistake there. He's gone wide. That is going to cost him time. Can we make a move into this section? Jeff has made a mistake behind. No, nothing doing down into the final sector. That is an insane place to have a look. I don't think I've ever seen anyone make a move there. But onto the main straight again. And we are not going to use a push to pass. We are going to use the slipstream again. 0.2 of a second down the straight. He has used a push to pass there, crucially, to defend from us. Down into the first corner. We've got a yellow flag up there. We can see a car off the road. As round we go. Lap 14 of 17. Into the right-hander here before the chicane. But he is feeling the pressure. He used a push to pass to stay in front there. I didn't use one because I thought I could use the slipstream. But he's used one there to stay in front. He was slow off the chicane. We're going to get close to him. Into the left-hander there. Nicely done. And we're going to use all of that curb, which he hasn't been doing. As around we go. Out into the final sector. We've still got Kevin behind. Jeff has obviously spun somewhere, so it's becoming a 3-horse race now. Into the final sector we go. Second gear on the way in. I'm going to go to the right. And then around we go. Oh, he's going to make a small error. Is he going to use a push to pass to stay in front? He is. We're going to use one too. So he's used one. We're going to buy it. We're going to bite the bullet and use one too, which is going to level the playing field again and give us the advantage with slipstream. Down into turn 1. Nothing doing on the inside. And we're going to hold him. And we're going to swing out. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. I swung out wide. I didn't mean to, but we are going to take the lead back of this race in the Indy Lights. There we go. I don't know if I've damaged him, but I didn't mean to swing out the way I did. It was a bit naughty. But down the straight, he's going to use a push to pass to try and get back past. We're going to defend to the inside. And he's going to massively outbrake me there. Into the left-hander. And the positions are reset as they are. Through the left-handers now and the Mickey Mouse section. We've also got P3 coming up. Has been dragged into this battle because of our squabble. I very briefly had the lead. It's just so tricky to keep the lead in these cars with the Mickey Mouse backwards and forwards. As through the final corner we go. How close are we? 0.4 of a second is the gap. Does he use a push to pass to get away? I think he has. As down the straight we go. 0.5 of a second is to get... You know, maybe he hasn't. It's probably a bit 50-50, but 2 laps to go in this race now. We're right at the end, and I don't have a lot of time to make a decisive move on him. Through sector 1. And then down to third gear. And oh my goodness, he's broken very early. Did not expect him to do that. Through the chicane. I've still got push to passes up my sleeve. I don't know how many, but down into the left-hander. Third gear. And we're going to take the much better line than Brian. We have been told to start spotting that entry. That is our 5-lap warning on fuel. We've only got a lap and a half to go, but this is going to come down to the wire here. Into the final sector for the penultimate time. He goes a little wide. We're going to remain in second gear for this left-hander. Clipping that grass and using all of that curb. So is he going to use a push to pass? We are going to use a push to pass. As down the straight we go. He's weaving to try and break that toe. He is used to push to pass too, but we're going to get that slipstream. As to the outside we go one more time. Oh, we're going to try and hold it around the outside. Oh, he's slipped out a bit, but we are going to retake the lead for the time being. But is he going to get back past down this back straight? As away we go again. I do not have a push to pass at my disposal. Mashing the button, nothing is coming up. He's going to get really close. We're going to stay to the inside. I've got to try and outbrake him here. No, he goes to the inside. He goes to the inside. Second gear on the way in. Is there going to be contact? I'm out on the grass. Into the right-hander and then the left-hander. And no, he's lost it. And there was a car contact there. I don't know if we hit. I didn't feel anything, but that's gone us up to a 2x. Oh, and what a real shame to end this race. Is going to end with contact. Down into the right-hander. He gave us a good run for our money. Into that left-hander. I was all the way out on the grass trying to defend. He ran us all the way out there and then it ended in contact. But out of the final corner, down the main straight, P4 is going to get close. He's going to get very close. But across the line, it's going to be P1 in Indianapolis. Let's go. Woo! And that's a third oval win. There you go. That was an awesome race. That was so good. Oh my god. Yes. Yes. Sorry about that contact, Brian. That's really unlucky. I'm not sure what happened. I didn't feel anything. I just sort of got a 2x out of nowhere and then I saw you spin. So I don't know if that was on me or not, but that was a really good battle for a lot of that race. So thank you. That was so much fun. But oh my god, there we go. Yes. Oh, I can't believe we won that. That was really good. And that is why you should get the Indy Light. That was so much fun. There we go. I'm going to do some burnouts. And I am going to leave a clip to that collision at over the video. But hopefully you all enjoyed. That has been another video here on the channel. Stay safe, have an awesome day, make awesome choices. And if you enjoyed, leave a comment. Say how much you liked it, because it helps me out. Or if you didn't like it, say what you didn't like about the video, because it helps me out. I've messed up my donuts. But that is going to be it from me. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'm going to see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.